Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's video where I am going to walk you through the Google Workspace admin console and show you some tips and tricks about how to take advantage of it. This is a really important spot that I tell all Google business owners or business owners who have a Google Workspace account that you really should be checking this depending on how many employees and how much activity you have, at least once a month, sometimes more. But I find that some small business owners have actually never even been in here. So let me go and show you through this. So this is your homepage of the admin. So this is where you see like your users. So like in my case, I'm a solopreneur, so the only user is me. But if I wanted to add or delete users, I could do that here, update information, email aliases. So an email alias would be, for example, let me click here and show you here. I personally use the email analara@analarabrown.com. And if I were to go here, I could also have the option, and it looks like I need to log in still here again, of creating additional alternate emails. So I could do something like have something else with the domain. So I could do something like, for example, help at analarabrown.com. This is the only domain I own on here, so I would have to just do save, and then it would give me, and I could do that as an additional inbox without having to pay for an additional user. So that's an aspect of something for you to think about. And the other thing you want to think about here is that you want to stay on top of the number of users that you have and pay for. And if somebody leaves the company, there are things you want to do within a few months rather than just and then get ready to delete the user rather than just holding on to them. Or you can do like archive users, vault, that kind of thing, which I'm going to discuss actually in a separate video. So stay tuned for that. Right here, it gives you your billing. Right here, it tells you my primary domain is analarabrown.com. Right here, it gives me some product updates, um, alerts, Chrome browser management, which I don't have right now. Groups. Now, groups are a really good feature for mailing lists and things. You can manage apps, devices. You can manage your security. You can also do reporting. So if I come in here under reporting, for example, this tells me, I only have one user. What's the storage being used? So it tells me that I'm using, almost 10 gigabytes of storage. What's the activity in different apps? So this will tell me, only one active user. I only have one active user to begin with. So, will give me different stats. How are files shared externally? So this is something you want to keep track of. These 4 files, primarily for me, I know are files that I am sharing because I'm sharing that content with people who subscribe to my email list. So, they're meant to be public for a reason, but you got to be really careful with that. Your unique login. And like I said, there's not a ton to see here for me because there's only one user and it's just me. But if you have more users, there would be a lot more information there. And so then let's see what else. You can also do the security is a really good panel to play around with too. So security here, so you can do a alert and get alerts for different things. See, but I don't have access to that because it's a higher level plan. And because I'm only one user and I don't deal with a lot of sensitive information, it's not worth paying for. But you can also do rules. You can do things like password management, which I would have access to, configure policies for which third-party apps, do your two-step verification is right here, which is always a good idea. Your super admin recovery, SSO logins, different things like that. Like I said, for me personally, because I'm on the lower plan with one user, I don't have as much, but if you had a lot of security needs, that's something for you to evaluate if you are on the right plan or not. Then, like I said, so rules, this is another security thing, admin roles. So let's take a look at that here for a minute. So role description, you can have different admin roles that you can create within the company, and especially the bigger the company, the more you will want to consider this. A super admin basically gives access to everything. And this is really in some ways a topic for a different video, but you want to be really careful who you allow to be a super admin. but you also, especially if you get up to the point of being a company beyond 10 employees or so, you probably are going to want to have at least 2 super admins in case something happens to the one super admin, you don't get locked out. And there are ways through support to fix this if it happens, but it can be a real major pain. So that's something that you really want to keep in mind. And so, yeah, you just, like I said, you just have different things here that you can do in this admin, and it's always a good idea to be aware of what's here and to play around with some of these things and realize that Google Workspace, especially within your admin console, has the capability for you to do a lot more than what you might be aware of that you are capable of doing. So hopefully you found this helpful. Like I said, stay tuned for additional tips about Google Workspace and other solopreneur tech tips coming at you weekly.